Welcome, everyone. Let me ask you, when was the last time you felt truly alive? When did you last wake up with a fire in your heart, ready to take on the world, feeling unstoppable? Or have you found yourself dragging through the days, carrying the weight of unspoken fears, hidden doubts, and the endless noise of life's demands? How often have you felt misunderstood, like no one truly gets what you're going through? You give and give, but it feels like the world just keeps taking, leaving you feeling empty, worn out, like you're running on fumes. If you've ever felt that way, if you're feeling that way right now, you're not alone, and you've come to the right place. Today, I want to talk to that part of you that's been silenced, ignored, pushed aside. I want to reach the place in your heart that's been aching for something more. More purpose, more connection, more meaning. You've been fighting battles no one else sees, wearing a smile to hide the struggle. But deep down, there's a voice that's yearning to be heard, a spirit that's desperate to break free. From the mistreatment to the disrespect, from the backlash to the betrayal, the people who wronged you, who sought to break you, were not just instruments for your growth. They were lessons themselves. Their actions were a mirror, reflecting back their own flaws, forcing them to confront the shadows they cast on you. Each encounter, each moment of pain was a test. Not just for you, but for them. You were sent into their lives as a beacon, a rare soul, like a rose blooming among thorns. You were meant to uplift them, to inspire, to show them a different kind of love, a different way of life. And yet, despite their prayers for someone like you, they mistreated you, not realizing the rarity of the gift they had been given. Your presence in their lives was not just happenstance, it was divine. You were the answer to their prayers, the embodiment of what they sought. Yet they were blind to it, consumed by their own darkness. And in that blindness, they hurt you, perhaps thinking they could break you. But instead, they taught you resilience. They taught you discernment. You learned who you are and who you do not need to be. The betrayal, the lies, the rumors, they weren't just random occurrences or mere misfortunes. They were intricately woven into the fabric of your journey, pushing you, testing you, and ultimately shaping you into the person you're destined to become. But let's be honest, it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy watching people you cared about, people you trusted, turn their backs on you. It wasn't easy giving them chance after chance, hoping that this time would be different, only to be met with the same disappointment, the same heartache. You wanted so badly to believe in them. You saw their potential, the good in them, and you thought that maybe, just maybe, if you loved them enough, if you showed them enough patience, they would step up. You believed that if you gave them the space to grow, the room to change, they would rise to the occasion. But time and time again, they failed to meet you where you were. And it hurt, didn't it? It hurt deeply, like a knife twisting in your heart every time they let you down. You tried everything. You forgave them when they didn't deserve it. You listened when they needed someone to talk to. You stood by them when everyone else had walked away. But in the end, your kindness was taken for granted. Your loyalty was exploited, and your heart was trampled on. And still, you tried. You kept trying because that's who you are. You're a giver, a healer, someone who believes in second chances. Sometimes even third and fourth chances. But there comes a point when trying becomes exhausting. There comes a point when you have to face the painful truth. Not everyone is capable of rising to the level of love and loyalty you offer. And that's a hard pill to swallow, isn't it? To realize that no matter how much you pour into someone, they may never be able to reciprocate in the way you need. It leaves you feeling empty, drained, questioning your worth, wondering if you did something wrong. But let me tell you, this isn't about your shortcomings. It's about theirs. It's about their inability to step up, to grow, to match the depth of your heart and the purity of your intentions. You gave them opportunities, more than they deserved. You gave them your time, your energy, your heart. You allowed them into your world, hoping they would honor that sacred space. But instead, they took advantage of it, mistaking your kindness for weakness, your love for something they could easily discard. And that realization, it stings. It's a pain that sits heavy in your chest, a grief for the relationships you thought could be more, connections you hoped would last. But here's the thing, you needed these trials. As much as it hurt, as much as it broke you, these experiences were necessary. They forced you to recognize your own strength, to see that you are worth more than what they could give. They taught you the importance of setting boundaries, of knowing when to say enough is enough. And that's a powerful lesson, one that will serve you for the rest of your life. You've gained the wisdom to see through the facades now. You can spot the red flags, the signs that someone isn't who they pretend to be. You've learned that it's okay to walk away, that sometimes the greatest act of love is letting go. You've learned to protect your peace, to prioritize your well-being over the comfort of others. And that's not selfish. That's survival. That's growth. So yes, the betrayal, the lies, the rumors, they hurt. But they didn't break you. They refined you, made you sharper, stronger, more discerning. You're no longer the person who bends over backward for those who wouldn't lift a finger for you. You're someone who knows their worth, someone who understands that not everyone deserves a place in your life. And that, my friend, is a beautiful thing. As you walk away from the wreckage of those broken relationships, carry with you the understanding that those who wronged you are now stepping into their own classrooms of life. They will face the repercussions of their actions, just as you have faced the consequences of trusting too easily, of loving too deeply. The lies they told, the deceit they wove, and the ways they used you, they weren't just random acts of cruelty. They were reflections of their own brokenness, their inability to handle the light and love you brought into their lives. They thought they could manipulate you, twist your kindness into something they could exploit for their own gain. They lied to keep you close while they took advantage of your generosity, your empathy, and your unwavering support. Why did they do it? Perhaps because your light shone too brightly for them to bear. People who live in darkness are often threatened by those who carry light. They are drawn to it, yes, but they are also intimidated by it. Your strength, your compassion, your ability to love unconditionally, these were things they could not understand, let alone reciprocate. So, instead of rising to meet you where you were, they chose to bring you down to their level. They lied to you because they were lying to themselves, pretending to be something they were not, hoping you wouldn't see through the facade. They used you because they needed something they lacked within themselves, whether it was your stability, your peace, or your sense of purpose. But here's the truth. You were not put on this earth to be used or manipulated. You were placed here with a purpose, with gifts and strengths that are uniquely yours. And those who tried to take advantage of you, they were blind to the blessing they had in their lives. God saw what was happening, and He allowed you to go through these trials, not to punish you, but to strengthen you. Every betrayal, every lie, every moment of feeling used, it was all part of a divine plan to help you grow, to sharpen your discernment, and to teach you how to protect your heart. As these individuals move forward in their own lives, they will encounter others who will mirror back to them the very behavior they inflicted upon you. They will meet people who will deceive them, use them, and take them for granted. And in those moments, they will be forced to confront the reality of their actions. They will face the consequences, and perhaps they will realize too late the value of what they lost when they lost you. And when they come crawling back, seeking the warmth of your light once more, remember this: it is not your responsibility to fix them. You are not their savior. They had their chance, and they chose to squander it. Yes, some people may deserve a second chance, but many do not. Trust the lessons you've learned. Trust the instincts that have been honed through these experiences. You have the wisdom now to know when someone is truly remorseful and when they are simply seeking to use you again. God has given you the strength to walk away from those who do not serve your higher purpose, to set boundaries that protect your peace and your heart. He has guided you through the storms, and now, as you stand on the other side, you are more powerful, more discerning, and more in tune with the divine plan for your life. Trust that plan. Trust that the people who are meant to be in your life will meet you where you are, without deceit, without manipulation. And for those who cannot, let them face their own lessons, just as you have faced yours. As you take this final moment to reflect on your journey, let the tears flow if they must. Not tears of sorrow, but tears of release. You've carried so much, endured so much, but look at who you've become. You are not the same person who began this path, scarred and unsure. No, you've been transformed, refined by fire, molded by the hands of a God who never left your side. You are stronger now, wiser, more discerning. You've learned that not everyone deserves a seat at your table, and that's okay. You've discovered your worth, and no one can ever take that from you again. Yes, you've faced betrayal, deceit, and heartbreak. But each of those moments has been a step towards the incredible person you are today. The battles you fought and won, even in silence, have been noted by the one who matters most. God has seen every tear, heard every prayer, and watched as you stood back up each time the world tried to knock you down. And because of this, He is preparing something beautiful for you. Something beyond what you can imagine. There is someone coming into your life, someone who will honor the person you've become, someone who will see your strength, your resilience, and love you not despite your scars, but because of them. Your life is not just going to be better, it already is better, because you've chosen to keep going, to keep believing, to keep trusting that there is a divine plan for you. So hold on, my friend. The dawn is breaking, and with it comes new beginnings, new blessings, and the peace you fought so hard to find. You are more than a survivor, you are a conqueror, and your best days are still ahead. Amen.